We've gone out weep nitty bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream here on YouTube Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Say hello to everybody in the chat. First of all, shout out to Spectre Spark for being a channel member for 8 months. Thank you so much for your support, and also being one of our illustrious moderators here on the channel and in Discord. Also, hello to PB Chew, another one of our moderators. Super VH also. Robbie Blades is here. Davish Tiger, Wolfman, Alexander Rose, Volcanic Kid 69, William Edward Hackman, William Wilkinson, Alpha Trion, Lord Avix, Jontimus Prime, Prime and Duncan. Welcome to everybody here and everybody else who joins. We've got a lot to cover. I thought it was going to be a slow news week based on the newsletter yesterday. Then they went and had their stream earlier today. Kind of one of the nice things about moving those streams to Thursdays, by the way. But there was a lot dropped during that stream, and we're going to talk about all of it. Well, I got the highlights, so I might miss some stuff, but I'm pretty sure I got the big stuff. So let's get to it. So this week's event is called Small Scale Warfare. A reference, I'm sure, to the fact that combat bots are getting released this weekend, and you guys know how that works. That they're available in bundles, and then they'll eventually show up in the normal combat crystal rotation eventually. Yeah, so we'll get to that. So, and even the prize list changed, as it turns out, from the newsletter. So gather up your alliance, take part this weekend to win up to 1,500 5-star combat shards. That was a surprise. That wasn't in the newsletter. 200,000 spark and combat spark. 2,500 4-star shards. 5,000 3-star shards. 50,000 premium shards. 1 G1 G metal. 3 regular G metal, and 7 gold power core chips. If you're able to complete the event, I believe it's 1,000,000 points. Then you can gather all of that stuff. If not, you'll get some of that stuff. And whatever you get is good. And yeah, PB2's got the sharp eyes there. We'll get to that in a little bit. It is an alliance event. It's a totalizer, meaning it's just one big prize board. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time, and super XP throughout the weekend, which seems to be the standard lately. And to participate in the event, you gotta be headquarters level 4 and be an alliance. Hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, collect the points, and collect the prizes. As many times as I said that, you'd think I'd be better at saying it. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones, and I'm glad I didn't bother putting any effort into this, because this was in the newsletter, and clearly this all might have changed or whatever, but I don't know. It shows 5-star combat shards in there. They just didn't list it in the newsletter up top. So, but anyway, it's there. I'll scroll through it somewhat slowly if you're interested. It will also be in the event when you sign on tomorrow to begin it, and you'll be able to see where everything's at. Or most of you have the newsletter by now, you can just go look it up. So, speaking of those combat bots that are coming this weekend, the Autobots are going to get Tricerashot. And Tricerashot can be surly, cantankerous, and gruff, but a lot of that is purely to keep others at bay. He's a loner by nature and would rather be a solo operative. In a pinch, he's the kind of bot you'd want by your side. It's just that he'd rather be far, far away. The Decepticons, on the other hand, get Heartburn. And Heartburn is a volcanic mass of barely contained rage, permanently ready to blow. His foul temperament is such that a wrong word or simply being in his personal space can set him off, at which point, watch out. When he lets off steam, bots around him tend to feel the heat. Oh yeah, so there you go. One thing we didn't know is the ability, and it's kind of hidden there, but it heals your bot for a percentage of the damage dealt. Every 7 seconds, it disables the target for 3 seconds. It increases the amount of normal damage of your bot by a percentage. And it's I think the first time we've got a combat bot that is like this. It can only be equipped by the scout bots. Now, that's not an actual class, but basically it's the little guys. And it's listed there: Afterbreaker, Flame War, Bumblebee, Scrapnel, Punch, Counter Punch, Rust Dust, Scavenger, Chromia, Fellbat, Perceptor, Bombshell, Cheetor, Black Arachnia, Blur, Runabout. Now keep in mind, when you equip one of these combat bots on any bot, this is true for any of them, it does change their normal attack. Now, even though it does have every 7 seconds it disables the bot, things like bots like Bumblebee, Scrapnel, they're a constant stun. So I probably would avoid putting it on there. I think Rust Dust and Scavenger are the same way, so I probably would avoid them. But something like, let's see, Cheetor, Black Arachnia, they don't have a constant stun, so they just do a normal shot. So that might actually work out okay for them. That's if I get a good Tricerashot, I'll probably be pairing him with Cheetor, honestly. But yeah, so there you go. And even it was interesting in our Discord, we found that Punch and Counter Punch actually have different attacks, different normal attacks. Counter Punch has kind of a magic wand. I don't think it does a stun, but it's really just kind of a wand, whereas Punch has one of those rocket launchers where he fires 3 rockets, similar to C-Spray and Octo Punch. Never even noticed that, but we had a little discussion in our Discord, and that came to light that was different, so that's pretty interesting. But anyway, yeah, so these guys are for the Scout class, the little guys. So there you go. Here's the big thing that was revealed earlier today, and they're very early on, which is why it wasn't in the newsletter, but we did get the paint overs. We've seen them before. And first up, we've got Whirl, which, yay. I think a lot of us have been looking for Whirl. And like you see, he's really just some boxes, not a lot of detail there, but you can definitely tell he's based very much on his G1 or the Thrilling 30 figure. I happen to have the Thrilling 30 figure here for comparison. And then next up is basically a reveal of who the next Decepticon combiner is going to be. Sea Phantom, who is basically one of the Seacons, but this is in the deco where they combine to form God Neptune, not Piranacon, and I believe it's from Beast Wars 2 as opposed to G1. Now, I don't have this particular version in this color scheme. I have the original one because as nice as this actually looks with the white and the blue and the gold, I love the purple, the teal, the pink of the Piranacon bots. So let's take a moment here to go and check out the bots. We've seen Heartburn. There he is. I haven't moved him. That's all you're going to get. You guys know what these combat bots look like. So there's Thrilling 30 Whirl. He's been sitting on my record shelf for who knows how long. And when I took him down, I was like, man, it's really nice to hold this figure again. So there he is. And now, they don't show him with his little chicken legs. In this figure here, actually, you can actually choose to configure the legs more like normal legs. But this was he came out when IDW was kind of big, and that was my preferred. Yeah, I really liked his appearance in that comic, and he had the chicken legs or whatever. So so that's how I got him displayed. I don't know, makes him kind of unique, and he's got the pinchers or whatever. So yeah. Really good figure if you can find them. And then, I can never remember these guys' names. Overkill, I think. And I know I'll be corrected or confirmed in the chat. So there's Overkill. Imagine this guy in white, blue, and gold. And there is your, basically, Sea Phantom. And, his mouth does open. He's like, he's a shark with legs and arms. Kind of like Ripper Snapper, but in fact, I'm pretty sure this is based very much on the Ripper Snapper mold, but it's not identical. In fact, none of the Piranacons are all quite remolded from what the originals were. Walking Shark. Every time I think about that, I think of Jabberjaw. Back in the, if you grew up in the '80s watching the USA Saturday Morning Express, Cartoon Express, you watched a Jabberjaw. He was basically a shark that stood up and just walked around on his little fins, which was really ridiculous. But you kids, you don't know better, and you think it's funny. so there's our 2 new bots. Mind over Bite. Thank you. Never mind the color scheme. I kind of wish we had these. But, it's okay. I get it. Now, one of the reason why they may have chosen, and this again came from our Discord, thank you to, I think it was PB2 who brought this out, the God Neptune, they only have 5 bots in that combiner, whereas these guys that form Piranacon, they are still the same Scramble City style where it's a torso and 4 limbs, but they did have a 6th member. In fact, Overbite is the one. Traditionally, is basically a target master. He turns into a gun for Piranacon. Although any of them can be the gun or arm or leg, and so there you go. Who's risks to say, and Overbite looks like Shattered Glass Thundercracker. Yeah, it does have kind of the patchwork look there. Pretty close. Pretty close. Thank you for letting me show off my Shattered Glass Thundercracker again. Yeah, God Neptune is also the Scramble City. Basically, they're exactly the same figures. They're just repaint, except they left off one of them in the God Neptune version. All right, so let's go back to the news. We'll come back. We can come back and look at those guys a little bit later. Plus, I got more stuff to talk about when we get to the toys, too. Dispatch missions. I think they showed up. They mentioned it briefly by name in last week's newsletter, but they didn't give us any information about it. But they showed it in the stream, and so there you go. Here's an overview. It's a new game mode, and you select bots to send on a mission for an extended period of time. And each of these missions are going to have a certain power level required to start the mission, and also some of them require specific bots. Some of them are open for any bot, but they might say you need one medic, one air class, one warrior, and then fill the rest of the squad with whatever. They have generally pretty large rewards as far as XP, Z Energon, and we've seen power core chips. The missions last for different durations, and they're pretty long in testing. I've seen it in test. In test, they're very short duration, and like just a matter of minutes. But I'm sure that's just for test environment. But once it goes live, you're going to be looking in the matter of 24 hours to multiple days. And basically, what you'll do is you'll select these bots. You'll start that mission, and then your bots are just unavailable for that length of time that it's done. But when it comes back, you will earn all of those rewards. They're guaranteed to finish. It's not a, okay, you might win, you might not. No, if you start it, you're going to get the rewards. You just got to wait. And so each of those bots will get all of that XP, and you'll get the Z Energon and whatever else that comes out of it. It starts off with 2 missions available for the Autobots and 2 for your Decepticons. And there are 2 additional spots that can be unlocked with cyber coins, and once you unlock them, they're unlocked permanently. And they said this should go live Thursday of next week. And if I recall, I saw it in the scanner. So keep your eye on the scanner and look for it to say mission available. So that's it for the dispatch missions. I'm not sure if we're supposed to share it in the from the test server, since it was kind of a surprise. They haven't said anything, so I'm not going to do that. But we'll take a look at it next week for sure, because it should be live by the time that we go for the stream. So let's see. I think they also said you can't cancel a mission. I don't think so. I can't remember if that's it. I didn't do a whole lot of testing. I mostly just started it to see what it looked like, and I didn't do a lot of detailed testing. Whatever. So we'll cover that more later. I'm not sure if the level of the scanner matters, but I just happen to know that it was listed on the scanner. So I'm sure more information will come out next week in the newsletter, and they've been really good about updating the wiki lately. So you will probably see a lot more information show about on the wiki. I think somebody said, Super VH is saying, could I do a tutorial video? Yeah, I think so. I think that would be warranted. But I would definitely want to make sure that it gets kind of finalized and we have realistic time frames, because I don't want to put out a video and say, oh yeah, look, you can have this done in like 3 minutes, and I think people think, oh look, you can get 500,000 XP in 3 minutes. No, that's not realistic. So I'd rather wait until it's more finalized. Yeah, I think somebody said you can't cancel the missions, but I do think you can skip them with coins. I think I remember you could skip it with coins. Just like kind of like a cooldown, but That also may change by the time it goes live too, so don't take that word as gospel. Let's move on to some of the other news. Third research slot is coming. So if you've already got the two, you had the one, you can unlock the second slot with, I think it was 200,000 Z Energon. And you will be able to unlock a third research slot with Z Energon again. But Yana said it will be considerably more. I think I caught the number 2 million. I hope it's not that much, but it's possible, and I would even say probably likely. So other changes is that elimination mode has been available only Tuesday through Thursday, and starting next Thursday, this is when all of these updates are planned for, the content push Thursday, right around the time that they normally stream, which is noon Eastern time and whatever time. So starting that time, elimination mode will begin to be available all week, Monday through Sunday. Because I don't know if you're like me, but I struggle to get through all of the bots possible in elimination mode in those 3 days. Having all week to be able to go do elimination mode would be a big help. I definitely would be able to go run that more and farm a little bit more Z Energon. And basically it'll, because you know how during an elimination mode week you could only use each bot once, and that's pretty easy to tell when it's just Tuesday to Thursday, but when it's kind of a constant thing, you got to have a reset time, and the reset time is going to be Monday around the same time that we've been getting the new seasonal Cyber Pass quests, they said. I'm sure it varies for everybody, but for me, I go to bed Sunday, I've got the same quest. When I wake up Monday, I've got new seasonal quests. So right around that time is where the elimination mode will reset and all of your bots will become available again, and you can continue to battle all the way through Sunday night. Gifting is back. Remember a while back you could purchase a crystal and gift it to one of your alliance mates? Well, apparently that's coming back. I guess whatever concerns they may have had in the past is kind of lessened now, so they decided to bring that back. But also, since we've had the Cyber Pass, they have allowed people to basically purchase a coin bundle and submit a support ticket and gift premium Cyber Pass to somebody else. Well, now you're going to be able to do that right within the game without any kind of support ticket, but for alliance mates only. So that is still a limitation there. The caveat is you have to have already purchased it for yourself, which I think most people will. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. I think most people have done that already before they're gifting it. And then again, you can gift it only to your alliance mates. How that all works, I don't know. I guess we'll see when it goes. It's not, the reset time is not when I wake up, it's before I wake up. it's usually a couple hours. By the time I wake up, I usually see like 3 hours ago or something. New season pass is available. Yeah. So, and the final thing is dialogues that you get, like when you unlock a new bot, or in some of them, every time you level them, you'd get a dialogue. For some things like that, where they force you to watch them, there's now going to be a skip button. So if you're just absolutely not interested in the story, you can skip them. Hilariously, during the stream, they started to do the story mode by going into the news feed, starting the story, and Dale was wanting to skip it. He's like, "Where's the skip button?" I think he was just wanting to demonstrate it. But what they're saying is, if you choose to start a story, you can't skip it because they didn't force it on you. You chose to do it. But yeah, so when you unlock a bot and you get the dialogue, if you're not interested in that, you'll now be able to skip it. So it's a good point, PB2. We haven't gotten any new ones recently, but maybe we'll start getting them again. And certainly, if you get an older bot, that dialogue is sitting there waiting for you, even if they're not putting any new ones out, which I think they're going to. They just, something happened for these last two for some reason. Okay, that's it on this page. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a picture of the dispatch missions that they showed, so you can kind of see the top are, and even the one on the bottom are unlocked, and the other one is locked. And yeah, you can see on the screen here, does so you can skip with coins. And that particular one, in fact, all of them that I caught on the screen, none of them had any specific bots. That kind of like star pattern there, it means any bot. So one requires 8 of any style, another one 7 of any style, and then the other one also 8 of any style, but they do have the recommended powers. And let's see, so the one they've got there, which is in progress, looks like it's requires 8. You got 1 day and 8 hours in about 150,000 XP, 6,000 Z Energon, and a silver power core chip. And apparently there's a little eye, the little I button for information up there, and there's a little story for each of these different missions. So that if you're not one of those people who wants to skip the dialogue and are actually interested in the story, there's more story hidden there for you. And one of our Transformers Earth Wars players, Poppy Blez, they say actually wrote the stories for these missions. He also authored the I forget, it was like the Constructicons comic series. I forget what it was called, but I know somebody out there's got that name. But yeah, so he actually wrote Transformers comics too. So he's not just some rando out there. He actually has been published. So yeah, good stuff. No offense to anybody else out there writing their stuff, because I know we've got some people in here doing that, but yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so next up, oh yes, we're supposed to be doing the 5-star prediction. Sunstreaker Waza always likes to coordinate these things. So he went and put his predictions out last week sometime, and I think some other people did. I didn't happen to catch them. And I have to admit, I did watch Sunstreaker Waza's because I was just curious. Did not influence my choices at all. You guys already know one of the ones that I'm choosing. So we'll just go ahead and get to it. So if you're interested, Grind Time, if you're out there, this is where you need to pay attention, because he's the one who kind of gathers what everybody predicted to see who got closest to being right. One thing we will find out is, one thing we all pretty much agreed on is there's a pretty good chance Minerva and Flatline, who were 5 stars in the last event, and Shatterglass, Jetfire, and Thundercracker, who were 5 stars in the previous event for the top 5 winners. There's a pretty good chance these two could end up in the batch. I'm not real sure, but they might. The question is, if they are indeed in this batch, would they be joined by just 3 others? Or would they be joined by, to make a normal size batch of 5? Or would they be joined by 5 others to make a batch of 7? I hope that you don't do that, because then you've got even worse odds to get any of the characters that are in that batch. I hope they really do keep it to 5, but we'll see when it comes out. So, now again, so these predictions, it really does, it's, since we've actually started doing voting, and in fact last time we had 2 votes, maybe, I don't know, maybe I could influence your vote? Or maybe you'll avoid what I predicted. I don't know, but anyway, here they come. And I saw what you were saying, Razorquake. Don't worry, I got you. So we were talking last week. I said I guarantee Nosecone and Drillhorn are going to be in this batch because they're due for a buff, and the buffs tend to come around right when they are becoming 5 stars. And right after we had that discussion, Razorquake46, who we'll see more from later, went and put up these posters here. And so as I was putting these slides together, I was like, I gotta go get those posters from Razorquake because they're absolutely perfect. So there you go. Take it, screenshot it, post it all over your social media. Everybody go vote for Nosecone and Drillhorn. So even if they weren't planning it, force them to buff these guys and make them useful. So yeah, thank you, Razorquake. I really do appreciate your work. So next up, I always try to pick a warrior, which was already covered, an air class, a gunner, and then 2 wild cards. So for my air class, Cosmos and Mind Wipe. I picked mostly because they're pretty unique. Most air class bots, they're going to fly out and drop a bomb or fire missiles or something and then fly back. These guys, they hover and hack and stuff like that. So they can actually be quite useful in some situations. Certainly in outpost bots, if I'm trying to solo and I've got outposts, I see outposts near the headquarters. Every time I think, please don't be Mind Wipe, please don't be Mind Wipe, because if it's Mind Wipe, you're done, because he's going to hack you, he's going to walk you away, or just forget about it. You're done. And Cosmos would do the same thing for Decepticons. So that's my second pick. That's my pick for the air class bot. Let's see. Chris Taylor is saying they said they were keeping the batch at 5. Good. Well, then I've got 5 picks to get to win 3, maybe, or perhaps Jetfire and Minerva will not be in this next batch. That's kind of what I'm thinking. They're new. They probably won't. They might be not this batch 10. So anyway, so here we go. Next up, Gunner. I picked them before. I don't know if it was last batch or a batch before, but they're due. Hound and Dragstrip. They are really good gunners. If you haven't used them before, Oktar, thank you for joining the stream and for being a channel member for 11 months. Really do appreciate your support. But yeah, I really love Hound and Dragstrip. If you can get them leveled up and get their ability leveled up a little bit, they both have G1 cores, which will drop an extra decoy, which is kind of helpful. But many times, the squad that I have my Hound on, one of the first things I do is I pick his ability and shoot it off somewhere and goes and knocks things out. Then I'll do it a second time to that same target. Usually hits all of the same targets and takes out 4 or 5 targets with 2 abilities. So very useful ability. If you've been sleeping on Hound, go try him out and learn how to use him. He can actually be very good. There is that randomness aspect to it. I mean, he will hit the target you select, but then he'll hit 4 other ones close to it. So there is a little bit of randomness to it, so it's not as perfect. But I like him. I'd love to see him as a 5-star. So Hound and Dragstrip, that's my third pick. Next up, honestly, there's not a lot of good ones left out there that I think would actually end up as a 5-star, because Star Saber I think might still be a little too powerful. And Deathsaurus, the Sentius twins might still be a little bit too powerful to be considered for a 5-star. But then again, we got Skylinks in the last one. But anyway, my next pick is Huffer and Lockdown. They're special class, but they're kind of warriors, right? They just are a special class. They're solid. They're solid warriors. Their abilities can be useful, and I think at a 5-star level, especially if they get an additional bonus for being a 5-star, might actually work pretty well. I know there's definitely some times where if we're getting down and he might be by himself or something, he needs some help, I'll drop a bunch of his little laser cannons, and that could cause quite a bit of damage if you can drop all their little laser cannons. But I know I'm talking them up, but I'm probably lying to myself as much as to you guys about saying they're good. But you got to pick somebody. So so Huffer and Lockdown, they're my choice. Whether you like them or not, that's my choice. And then finally, this has nothing to do with me being taking the name Hoist, but Hoist and Crankcase is my final pick. They're really good, solid support bots. The Hoist is a mainstay on one of my squads. He pairs really well with Optimus Primal. It probably would pair well if you got him on a squad with Optimus Prime, because those two tend to keep the groups together. Prime more than Primal, but you keep them together. You fire off Hoist's ability or Crankcase's ability, and that gives additional movement speed and a little bit of healing, and it really just helps enhance the whole squad. And I think that would actually work really well as a 5-star, having that increased power and increased stats for the ability and whatever else they might be able to think up if it's a 5-star. So yeah, that's my final choice, Hoist and Crankcase. So there you go. Let's go through them real quick one more time. So we're going to cover possibly Minerva, Flatline, Jetfire, and Thundercracker, only because they were 5 stars in the events. Whether they show up or not, I'm not sure. Personally, I don't think so, but we're putting them on there because they are out there and maybe they'll show up. But anyway, my choices are Nosecone, Drillhorn, Cosmos, and Mindwipe, Hound and Dragstrip, Puffer and Lockdown, and Hoist and Crankcase. There you go. If you missed it, go back and watch the replay. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so that's it for the game news. Now we've got a quite extensive community corner because our 2 favorite creators, their PB2 and Razorquake, were quite prolific this week. And I do love everything that you guys do, but man, it's a lot of stuff. Let's start off. Oh yeah, we got Grand Galvatron in here. Found herself a toy. This was who do we say this was? Sideways from Cybertron, I think it was. I know one of you guys is going to correct me in there. Whatever it is, I think it looks cool. I haven't ever seen this thing before. When she posted it up there, I was like, who is that? But as usual, I waited for somebody else to ask the question. So, yeah, I really dig the orange and black color scheme on that one there. So, let's see. Risk was saying that the apes said that this batch would indeed include 5 stars from the leaderboards. Okay. Well, hey, if they say so, then that's fine. Thank you for that info. So there you go. Yeah, Sideways, I think. Okay, so now we got PB2, and I had to double up because there's just so many. And there is a limit on OBS, and I think we're pretty close to it this week. So I had to double up because if I put too many slides, it wouldn't take them all. It hasn't happened in a while, but it did happen one time. Okay, so we got Smokescreen and we've got tracks here. Very cool. Always amazing. Then we've got, oh yes, we've got quite a journey here ahead of us because we've got Dinobots. We've got Grimlock. We've got Slag or Slug. Both names will be accepted here. We've got Sludge. Slog, as he came into the game originally, but he is now Sludge. And Swoop, who came in as Strafe. It is kind of interesting. Sometimes, every now and then, I'll get a comment on an older video where I call one of these guys Slog or Strafe, and somebody will say, "No, that's Sludge or Swoop." Well, yeah, but back at the time when I made the game 5 years ago, that's what they called them. So it's okay. So yeah, Sludge and Swoop. And also, I love the alliance names. His name is Slag or alliances. So very clever name. I always enjoy seeing that one. Let's see, and Snarl. And even though she's a relatively new addition to the Dinobot squad, we've got Slash. Very cool. Not to scale. Slash is a little small, but I made the picture size the same size. So. Yeah, there he goes. I love Snarl, especially with the gold spiky tail, going off to the sides, and he's even got the spikes on the knees, just all over. Just the toy, the Minecraft model. Snarl is just very cool to look at. And of course, they combine into the mighty Volcanicus. Just dropped today, by the way. So we had to. Sneak this one in here, and don't worry, Razorquake, I snuck your late edition in as well. So yeah, very cool. The only bad thing about Volcanicus is the toy really didn't live up to how cool it could have been. I did get an upgrade kit which improves it significantly, and I put Toy Hack stickers on it, so it definitely is a lot better than the standard straight off the shelf version of it. But still leaves a few things to be desired if you want to try to actually play with it and pose with it. But you know what? He looks really good on my shelf, and sometimes that one matters. But he really comes across well here in the in Minecraft. So very well, excuse me, very well done. And he's so tall and those wings are so wide you can actually see the curvature of the earth. Or the Minecraft earth, or whatever. I think that was it. Right, okay, so we're on to the parade of cars from Razorquake 46. First up, we got a couple of bumblebees here. We've got, I'm sorry, I don't remember all of your commentary on there, but yeah, so we've got the high octane bumblebee who was in, what was that, Age of Extinction, and the one on the right was, he said it was a custom version, custom stealth bumblebee. I didn't remember that one for some reason. And very cool looking, honestly. I really like the black with the yellow stripes, kind of a motif there, and you got a nice big yellow Autobot symbol there. Actually, now that I think about it, reminds me a lot of Jackpot here. So we got the yellow Autobot symbol there. So I probably weren't even inspired by that, but it really that kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, very cool look there on that bumblebee. And oh, so there we go. We've got another bumblebee, and I'm not sure what that one's from. Did you say that's like from the from one of the new, like one of the studio series? I think that was Age of Extinction too, or it might have been Last Night, where he's kind of got more of a black rooftop. And there's Jazz. Interesting thing that you did this, the Pontiac Solstice with the G1 Jazz style. So that obviously was the Bayverse Jazz car vehicle, but you put the G1 style. They actually made a toy of that, and I was not collecting Transformers at the time, but I remember I just happened to swing by the toy aisle, and that caught my eye. This Pontiac Solstice with the Jazz deco. And Jazz is always one of my favorite characters. I looked at that, and even before that, I considered making that my first Transformer since a kid. But I decided against it because I was still trying to be a responsible adult. But I remember seeing that on the shelf, and it was actually good. So I was pleased to see your rendition of it. So Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, okay, thank you. Next up, we've got, I want to say that's Dino and Shatter. So Dino is like a Ferrari, I think, and Shatter is, I don't know what kind of model car. They just described her in the movie or the toy line as Hot Rod, I think. So okay, so I got the names correct. Probably not the car styles though, but yeah, very cool. Yeah, and it reminds me. Yeah, I was just looking at I've got a shelf of just like the female Transformers. I've got like RC, Chromia, Windblade, Black Arachnia, Nightbird. I've got a third-party version who basically is Solus Prime, and I've got Strong Arm on there. And it occurred to me, hey, I gotta remember about like the Bayverse lady. So I gotta go grab myself a Shatter out of my. I think she's in a box somewhere. I gotta go grab probably not the car version, because the jet version of Shatter was actually a much better toy. I'll probably pull that one out and need to get her on my ladies shelf. So, oh, we've got to Razorquake says we've got to update to Shatter coming. So, and then we've got Ratchet and Ironhide. Finally, somebody gave Ratchet and Ironhide different alt modes. Well, I guess they did in Bayverse too. So it went with the original Hummer style for Ratchet as opposed to the H2. So very cool. I dig that. And that was also more of an original design, he says, of his Ironhide. So what's kind of crazy about that though is it actually looks awful lot like the. It was like a Universe Ironhide. It was a 3-pack. It was one of the very first review videos I did. It came a 3-pack with Mirage, Hound, and Ironhide. And the Ironhide was an SUV. It wasn't like the pickup like what you got there, but it had almost the same shade of paint, a deep red and shiny. So it's kind of crazy that you picked that, because if you go back, it had to be like my 4th or 5th video. It's very early on. So if you can go back, maybe you'll find that throw another couple of throw another couple of views on that for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, PB2. Yeah, Classics Ironhide. Yeah, but it was a 3-pack. It was a 3-pack with Hound, Mirage, and Ironhide, and it had like upgraded paint. And yeah, very cool. Yeah, and actually that that video is where I first made this graphic. That video is where I first made that graphic, because for whatever reason, when I was transforming Ironhide back, he had that little gun, and I was trying to put the gun inside of him, and for whatever reason, I couldn't do it, and it took like 5 minutes. So I just kind of cut it there through the technical difficulties, and then came back to it. So that graphic actually came from that video. So fun Hoist fact there for you. Next up, we've got, let's see, on the left was, what'd you say, Nightbird from the Rise of the Beast movie. And, well, that's Drift, the Bugatti there on the right-hand side. That's Drift. I mean, clearly that's Drift. And, yeah, so Nightbird and Drift. I do like the Drift. I mean, I like the original Drift with the white kind of car or whatever, but I do like the Bayverse Drift. And I liked him in the blue and the orange too. I've got both of them. They're very cool. Yeah, I definitely like that style, and I like that car as well. Let's see. And here is the late edition that we got in there. We've got another Sideways. So I can't remember why you said this. Was this a studio series reveal or something you said? I may have missed that. Oh, no, I didn't miss it. It was the Sideways from Revenge of the Fallen. You get split lengthways. And yeah, okay, right, yes. Yes, I remember now. Yeah, but they did reveal a Studio Series 1. It looked very much like a retool of Barricade to me, with the stubby legs and the really long arms. Although I think that first picture we saw, they didn't quite have the arms transformed correctly, because the arms like would hang all the way down to the ground, and so yeah. Yeah, it hasn't been officially revealed yet. Yeah, by so many things. But hey, you know, still it's out there. We're gonna talk about it. So I think that was it. Oh no, then we get into the get into his toy scene. So we've got Bumblebee and Stinger squaring off, and then after defeating Stinger, he got to go hang out with RC. And so over here we've got Sideswipe and Jazz hanging out. Jazz is doing a little dance, and Sideswipe's like, I don't know that guy. And of course we've got the first two Transformers ever seen on a cartoon screen, Bumblebee and Wheeljack over there. Bumblebee even in that original has that original alt mode from that very first episode of the Transformers. And apparently Megatron got a little tired of Jazz's dancing too, picked him up, and I think he might be trying to get 2 pieces. You know, Jazz is like, you want a piece of me? No, I want 2 pieces. You know, the live-action Transformers, you know, the Bayverse. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know that reference. And then a couple of Knucklehead Seekers over there, Skywarp and Thundercracker. And those look like the Earthrise ones, so I guess you managed to find that set. So good on you. Very cool. And that is that. If you happen to be watching somewhere other than YouTube and you actually made it this far into the video, there's my YouTube channel. And go on over there, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Join us live. We have a good time. And also, you could follow me on Instagram or Twitter for infrequent behind-the-scenes content at Engineer Hoist. And we like to finish off with a heartfelt thank you to all of our channel members and moderators. And thank you all for your support. We got Red Alert. I see you in the chat. Thank you for jumping back on the bandwagon. So we got you on the screen. And now, yeah, along with everybody else, I really do appreciate all of your support, both monetarily and just being here every week. It's always a good time. I felt really bad last week when we had to when I cut it short, being tired and everything like that. But man, it was just a long day. I really do appreciate everybody being here and all that. I got some crystals too, don't I? I have crystals. So we're 45 minutes into it. We didn't even make it this long last week. But by this time last week, we were done. We're just now getting through with the news. It's crazy how it goes sometimes. Feast or famine, man. Alright, so what are we doing? We're doing crystals, right? So, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Oh yeah, that's right. Cyber Pass. What do we got? MDS, probably not going to finish that one. I don't usually see too many of those. The other two, 10 normal PvP battles in Alloy. Yeah, I could do that. Let's see. Yeah, Razorquake 40 says, yeah, nobody liked Jazz's dancing. Actually, you know, if you do like Jazz dancing, throw me a super chat and there'll be a little graphic come up with Jazz dancing. What was I doing? Crystals. Yeah, crystals. I've been looking. Beast Wars Ironhide must not be out in crystals yet because the bundle they keep offering me is like Punch. I see Punch more often than anything. And what do I got now? Just a premium bundle. I have not yet to see a Beast Wars Ironhide bundle. I'm guessing he's just not in crystals yet. So I wouldn't be getting that bundle. But trust me, when Beast Wars Ironhide shows up in a bundle, I'm getting it. Because I want 4-star Magnabots. Yeah, so here we are. We've got some of these things are from the Cyber Pass. Some of them, like the Combiner Crystals, were from the event last weekend. And I did accidentally crack one of the Computron Crystals. It was a 2-star Afterburner. So don't get too upset. So, why would you get upset? I'm just saying, don't worry. It wasn't anything special, is what I'm saying. What does my background border say in Cybertronian? Well, it's an Easter egg. It's there for you to try to figure out and translate. You could probably figure out what it says down there by the by my social media things. It says social media. And right above my subscribers count, it says subscribers. Up there in the top corner, I don't know. It's something that I say quite a bit if you happen to stick around towards the end of the stream. Let's crack this power core. Ooh! I don't know much about this one. The movement and attack speed of your minions is increased by 5%. Okay, cool. I don't have a gold G1 Gnaw that I'm aware of. So that's cool. And got another one here. These were Ironhide crystals? And how come I never see his bundle? Oh, we've got a G1 Cup G-Metal. I've got a gold G1 Cup, which I chose not to put on my cup because I've got Onyx Prime on there, and I kind of like that. Is that the one? I think so. I might reconsider. Maybe I could put Onyx on somebody else and put this on him, because this is kind of like a built-in rejuve and additional damage for 10 seconds after each teleport. I'll have to compare the two. So this is interesting. Okay. So we do have some premium crystals here. Some of these were from Wars, and I think some of them were from the event as well. Buckle in. We're on our way to Dupe City. Razorquake pulled a G-Metal G1 Grimlock. Very cool. 3-star Ironhide. I will happily take those 4-star shards. Thank you very much, as I'm working towards 4-star Metroplex. Still looking for a 4-star Cybertron Jetfire, too. He's another one that eludes me. Oh, yep, there's the Ironhide. How come I'm not seeing his bundle? And you know what? If he shows up in a crystal, I'll be happy to not see the bundle. and Sky Striker Jetfire. Okay, so let's see. Let's do these premium combat chips. I actually haven't gotten the last two combats. Was Shatterglass Steeljaw and Zor because I didn't end up purchasing those bundles. I know there won't be in these crystals now, but I plan to purchase at least one bundle this weekend. I'm pretty sure I have some money that I can afford it. So I do plan to try. And it usually has the previous combat. Usually has chips for the previous combats in there too. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Razorclick says, "Oh no, I just realized I can't make either of the new bots because they don't have helicopters in Forza Horizon 5, and last I checked, they don't have sharks either." That would be crazy if they did have a shark, though. Oh, look! New 3-star combat bot. Hey, we were just talking about Shatterglass Steeljaw. Alright! I guess he's available in chips now. So it's not a complete washout, so it's not a 100% dupe city, because we did actually get a new combat bot. Alrighty. Let's finish off these Computron crystals. These are all guaranteed dupes because I've got all the Computron. In fact, I think all these combiner crystals are dupes. But I would like to see some 3-star dupes, so I can get some 4-star shards. There we go. Strafe, you're my boy. Now that's the question, Super VH. So we pretty much have confirmed that the C.O.M.B.A.T and the God Neptune variety is going to be the Decepticon combiner, but who will be their counterpart? Whirl is not a part of any known combiner, so it's still out there. Skyrain, we've talked about before, is definitely a possibility because we have all the bots required for Skyrain already in the game. Skylinks, Hound, Trailbreaker, Smokescreen, and Wheeljack and Ratchet. I think it depends on whether you were US or Japan. So there were 5 possible bots that could be in Skyrain as far as limbs. And there's a nice 3-star Rust Dust. Thank you very much for the 4-star shards. Yeah, Whirl is part of Ruination, but not this world. That was in the War for Cybertron. And so that was pretty cool, but the world they're showing is G1, and I mean, they could shoehorn anybody into being a combiner. It's a game, but I don't think they're going to. So Impactor, so you've got Ruination. Impactor was the core of the Ruination, but in the Collector Club subscription service, the Impactor, in fact, the Impactor we have in the game was a limb of Wreckage. Now, I definitely don't think we'll be seeing that one because that included Counterpunch, who was a Decepticon, Toxitron, who was a Decepticon, Fractal, who was a Predacon, and then Blue Streak, who was an Autobot. So I don't think we'll be seeing that one. Yay! More 4-star shards. Keep those 3-star dupes a-coming. You got it, Risk. That's what it is. Now, you got to be quick to find the other Cybertronian I have hidden. You know that little part that pops out with like the title and stuff? I got a little bit written on there too. It's nothing real clever, but I guess there is one little thing in there. Hey, and the final. Oh, yeah, it was a 3-star, so of course it's going to be a 3-star. It was a 3-star crystal. So there we go. So we got more of them, and did we? Get another 3-star crystal? Indeed, we did. So more 4-star shards. Who is it though? Goldfire. I don't know why I said Goldfire. And I do that sometimes. That's not even how I usually say. I say fire. So I don't know why I would say Goldfire. But I don't know. So there you go. There's the crystal cracking. We did get 3-star Steeljaw for a nice little combat bot. So was not a 100% dupe city. It was just 99.8% dupe city. Actually, it's probably a little bit less than that because there were only 40 crystals or so. No, not gold fog. Gold far. Gold F-A-R. Gold far. Like not near, but far. Anyway, so what could I do? Let me see. Did I pause? Oh no. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's see if you can. Where are we? Okay. I'm gonna throw up a one of those lower thirds. See if you can catch the Cybertronian on there. It's very quick. There's some near the tip, and then there's another one near the end. I'll throw it up one more time. Alright, I know you probably won't catch it, but because it goes by pretty quick. I'll tell you, Teletran H is one of the things written on there. I don't remember which one. Because it's Teletran and H for Hoist. And then the other one, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it said something like Chyron, C-H-Y-R-O-N, because that's like the technical term for the lower third that comes up. So I think I wrote like Chyron display or something like that. So I just thought it was something fun, to make it transformery, throw some Cybertronian text out there. So I didn't gather any pictures, but did you guys see that Lego Optimus Prime revealed today? There's been rumors of it forever, and they finally revealed the Lego Optimus Prime. It's G1 Prime. He transforms, and I am 1000% getting that. Absolutely getting that Lego Optimus Prime. I mean, no doubt in my mind. There was no doubt in my mind. If it was, from the first time I heard that rumor, I was like, if they make a Lego Optimus Prime, I'm getting it. I don't care if it transforms or not. I don't care if it's G1. I don't care if it's the Bayverse. I don't care if it's the Bumblebee movie. I'm getting it. All right. So, and the definitely 100% getting that. And it reminds me, I still need to build my Voltron. I've been really on a kick building Legos, even though I don't have room for it. One of which you can see back there. We talked about this a while ago, and yes, it's back here. Unicron himself cannot wield Thor's hammer. But I can. So there you go. You can see, look how big this thing is. I mean, you can see him next to Unicron, but it's big. It's way bigger than I thought it would be. It actually went. It's very repetitive, especially the whole handle here. It went together quite quickly, a lot faster than I thought it would. It was about 2 hours, really, and it was like almost 1,000 pieces, like 2 hours. which is really fast, honestly, for Legos. Yeah, Lego, everything is awesome. Indeed. Nope, the other side. One of the things that really sold me on this is, well, first of all, you do get this little base. It's got the little nameplate. It says Mjolnir. You even do get the little Thor minifigure, and you know, you build it up. It's a bunch of plates. And all these blue spots are supposed to be like lightning, and you can see it actually is a stand basically for the hammer. But that's not really what sold me. And one of the pieces just came off from somewhere. I don't know. Guess it doesn't really matter. But what really sold me, and I thought it was just so clever, was if you take off a couple of pieces from the side of the hammer, inside is like the treasure room from Asgard. So you can see the you got the Tesseract in there and the Infinity Gauntlet, which Hela says fake, which does kind of make sense. It's kind of like playing Operation. But it's got a couple stands. You got the Eternal Flame. You got the Infinity Gauntlet, which has the Space Stone on it, but yet you got the Tesseract right here. So I mean, that right there is a dead giveaway that this thing is a fake, or at least the jewels are a fake. They weren't the actual Infinity Stones. But yeah, so that just kind of drops. I mean, you could display it like this if you want to, but it also drops right in the side, either side really. It fits in both sides. They're both identical. And so there you go. It just goes right back in there, and you could totally put the Thor minifigure. I don't think it would fit in the same side as this, but the other side, like I said, you can open up. You could totally fit Thor in there if you want to hide him. I chose to leave him out, kind of guarding it. But yeah, there you go. There's Thor's hammer. Very cool. What else was I going to say? Unicron is not worthy. Indeed, he is not. Sandwich says Operation Hammer Organ Removal. Jonathan's Prime timed himself building the Thor's hammers at 1 hour and 32 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. It went together really fast. For comparison, I don't have it with me, but I built the Lego. I got all the little Star Wars dioramas that they put out there on May the 4th. One of them came in. The other two are still coming to me. I built the Death Star trench scene. For comparison, that one had only about 600 pieces. I don't remember exactly, but that took longer than Thor's hammer at 1,000 pieces because it's far more detailed and not as repetitive. I mean, that one there was like the handle here is like 28 of the little semicircular bricks down one side, 28, 28, 28. So that right there is over 100 bricks, just the outside of the handle. So yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. So I've got a couple questions here. PB Chews, that you guys are kind of hitting on the couple of the next two topics I was going to cover. PB Chews asking, so did I figure something out with the micro machines? And no, I thought I might open one. I got multiples of them. In fact, I got 11 of the 12. Checked the codes. The only one I didn't get was Optimus Prime. I got all the other ones, but I didn't open them. And as I opened them, I'm not going to check the code, so I don't know what's going to be coming out of it when I open it. But I did check. Optimus Prime is missing. And then RazorQuake46 is asking about Shoulder Pads Prime. And indeed, we will move these guys out of the way. And yesterday, I've been looking. Every time I go out, I'm looking for it because I found all of the other ones at, well, let's see. Skids and RC showed up from Amazon, but I've since seen them in the Targets and I think Walmart. In fact, they're shelf warming. Nobody wants Skids or RC. Drag Strip and Kickback I did find in the store. I found Bulkhead in the store. I've seen Blaster in the store, but I already had Kingdom, so I didn't need them. I've seen the Galvatron in the store, but I didn't need them. Could not find Shoulder Pads Prime. Never could. And Amazon was saying July he would show up. Well, he showed up yesterday. There he is, Shoulder Pads Prime and his trailer. And I'll tell you, this guy really must like not knowing what's going on around him. Because his head is set so far back, there's no way he can see down in front of him for probably about 100 feet. And then he's got these two pillars on either side of him. He's got, if you want to sneak up on this guy, come at him from the side. He'll have no idea that you're there. But yeah, it's cool. And then of course he's got this axe. They call it an axe, but it looks more like a pizza cutter to me. Took notes from Hot Rod. I do dig the sword. I like the sword. And let's see. These flip up, and he's got little missile launchers in there. And I don't have any blast effects. Do I? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. Where is he? Got Hot Link here, so you can fire. You can have him like firing, whatever out of his shoulders there. So the blast effect's compatible there. So very cool. Very cool. And I have to show this to you because they show this in the instructions, and I cannot believe that they show this in the instructions. It is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. So on the top of his tanker is a little gun. It sits right there. So that's what I did. I took that off. And instead of holding his sword or something, you can give him this gun, which, yeah, okay, it's not the greatest gun. It's kind of, it's like he's just holding a manhole cover or something. I suppose, you could probably, I don't know what that is, but in the instructions, this is in the instructions, okay? And this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. This is the most. They show to put his gun there in one of his shoulder things. I saw that. I was like, Hasbro, what are you thinking? I mean, I very often go to the instructions for suggestions on stuff. Like the weaponizers and fossilizers, I've got no imagination, apparently. I build what they show in the instructions. But this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And I just had to show this to you because of how ridiculous it is. I'm not upset because I don't get upset, but it was very surprising to me. And oh my goodness. Hasbro, what? Go home, you're drunk. They should have sent somebody home when they came up with that idea. But yeah, so very cool. So Starship Enterprise, yeah, very, very much. So now, interesting thing about this is, you guys know how I kind of fell in love with that Energon Rodimus, the whole idea of him being a truck with like a sport truck with the flames and stuff like that. And I really want to do like a custom, like a modern custom, because the robot mode's kind of terrible. But it's because because he's kind of like that dual combiner, so they had to take liberties or whatever, and it was just a different era. I'd love to have like a modern figure kind of in that same way, like like a truck, preferably like a long nose truck that you know can become hot rod or Rodimus. And you know, when I see this guy, I'm like, you know, he's already got the flames. It's just a different color. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely want Shoulder Pads Prime, so I'd have to find another one. Yeah, but I also don't think I'd want to spend a leader class price for that kind of a custom or whatever. But you know, so I'd have to figure out how to do the head thing or whatever. I could probably work some flame stuff around here with all the with the grill, because all this stuff hides inside, so I can do this however I want to. The shoulders, now Hot Rod, Energon Hot Rod did not have the shoulders up like that, but you know, if you mistransform him a little bit, you could get kind of an Energon Rodimus look. Is that silly? Is that crazy? I don't know. It'll probably never happen, but the thought did cross my head. The thought did cross my mind. Like I said, I'm not exactly going to go rushing out and buying a whole new one of these guys at full leader class price to go do that. But if by some chance he finds his way to the clearance bin, I might just pick up another one. So, oh, and by the way, a lot of people have said it, and I agree. Scourge, RID Scourge, basically uses the same toy. Look for that in the Generation Selects. They're going to have him be black and teal, basically kind of like a Nemesis Prime, but they called him Scourge in there. So yeah, definitely coming. No chance, no chance that it's not coming. So yeah, so there's Shoulder Pads Prime. He has finally arrived. Some of you guys have said, what about the Wreckers news? Have I seen the Wreckers news? Come on. That's a silly question. Of course I've seen it. I've got them all pre-ordered already. So, Impactor. Okay, I've already got 2 of that Impactor, but they changed him a little bit, so yeah, I'll get another Impactor. But I do like that Sail Dino, the fossilizer that that's coming with him. It's basically like Paleotrex, but it's got a new head. It's kind of like the Spinosaurus. That's it. The Spinosaurus head and the back, the spine's got the little sail. And so got that. I was kind of on the fence, but I was like, yeah, okay, I'm probably going to be in on this whole thing. The second one was Leadfoot, which is basically a recolor of Mirage. Got a new head. Bright yellow, bright blue, beautifully hideous. Totally getting that. Spindle is what he's called? Okay. And then with Leadfoot is another fossilizer, goes by the name Magna Dominus or something like that, and he's it was in my head, woolly mammoth, right? So he's got the big tusks and everything. Fantastic. It looks great. I think it was based off of the Triceratops Styracosaurus one. I can't even remember his name. But it's that same kind of same mold, but with the huge tusks. It looks great. Totally in on that. And then they came out with Springer, which I've already got a Springer, but this is like a toy deco Springer, so it's okay. It's cool. I'll go with that. I like Springer, and honestly, it'd be good because I didn't spend a lot of time with what was it? Was it Siege Springer? I didn't really spend a lot of time with Siege Springer, so it'd be good to get another one to spend some time with it. Rack tonight, thank you so much. I can always count on PB2 to be a Master Dominus. Did I say that? I think I said Magna Dominus, Master Dominus. So there you go. So that's close. But yeah, so I'm down for a Springer. It's been a while since we've seen Springer. Yeah, the G1 toy. That's what I mean. You guys know it. So then now we're down to the last two, and of course we've seen that twin twist a while back because somebody, questionably obtained from Hasbro because they, look, if you see a toy show up being revealed by someone other than Hasbro, they got it from somebody who may have gotten it from somebody who got it from somebody who shouldn't have taken it out of the factory. If you're seeing something that's not an official reveal by Hasbro, it was obtained illegally at some point along the line. Anyway, but it goes out there and then everybody talks about it. So anyway, so we saw that twin twist. So after we saw Springer, people were like, oh, well, tomorrow must be Twin Twist. I was like, nah, Twin Twist is a deluxe. And what they were stacking the packages. The deluxe is going to be at the top. The next one's going to be a Voyager. Who could it be? So the rumors are that it's Bulkhead. I'm like, oh, we just got a Bulkhead in Legacy even. These shelf warming right now. Why would they do Bulkhead? I mean, I like Bulkhead, but I wish it was somebody else. But it was Bulkhead. Yeah, so I mean, we got him not too long ago. It's basically him, but he's decorated with more of a camouflage appeal. I'm still getting it because, of course, but because I got to go for the whole Wreckers line. One thing other than a redeco is he does come with a hammer, which appears to be his nemesis Breakdown from Prime. It appears to be Breakdown's hammer, so clearly Bulkhead got the better of that duel because he's got Breakdown's hammer. So there you go, and there is one more to be revealed tomorrow, and we all already know who it is. It's that top spin. People are like, oh, is it going to be? Are we going to get Twin Twist 2? Are we going to get Twin Twist 2? I'm going to say no, because if you look at the boxes, on the bottom are the biggest boxes, which has, Impactor and his fossilizer, Leadfoot and his fossilizer. Basically, two deluxes. They're in the biggest boxes. Then above them are two smaller boxes, which have Voyagers, like these guys. And then above that is one more box, which is smaller than the Voyager box. If it was going to be Top Spin and Twin Twist, it would have been one of the bigger boxes, like down at the bottom. It's just Twin Twist. I guarantee it. It's just Twin Twist. So sorry, all you Top Spin fans. And did Bulkhead just punch the camera? I think he did. Bad Bulkhead. Bulkhead, I needed that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Twin Twist. I often get their names mixed up. I know Twin Twist has the drills, but sometimes I say Top Spin. But yeah, a lot of people are wanting Top Spin, but we've only seen Twin Twist. Yeah, so that's the it's basically Age of Extinction Hound colors. And, well, it makes sense. I mean, if you see his alt mode, you take the little canopy off. He's basically Age of Extinction Hound in his alt mode. So. Yeah, Red Alert says hoping for a new world and seeing the pictures of Twin Twist. Yeah, it's a 100% Twin Twist. I think they even revealed it prematurely. I think Hasbro actually, like what was it? Was it Instagram? I think they put it up where they actually show it on the same background as all the others. So it's definitely him. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen a new whirl, or we were even talking in our chat, like taking Bulkhead. And recolor him, make him like a Roadbuster. Throw some like orange on there with maybe a deeper shade of greens. Throw on a different head, and you can probably make a pretty decent Roadbuster. And I'd be down for that totally. You want to use the mold, sure, but don't give us another Bulkhead so soon. So, of course, it does leave open. Well, do I really need two of these Bulkheads? So maybe, so again, my customizer ideas are spinning, because, what else could I turn him into? And honestly, I can't really think of anything, and it's highly unlikely to happen anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what else was there to do? Oh yeah. So there we go. I didn't get it all in one go. I got like half of them from one store. I got the other half from another store. But still missing the one to complete the whole set. So I figure we open at least one. See what we get. Now, if I did watch video of Kato's collection. He opened some of these, made a video of it, and there's a bunch of stuff in here that you actually got to undo. There's stickers and all that stuff, so we won't be doing a whole thing. That was kind of my thing, because I got a bunch of these, and I was trying to decide, well, what do I do with it? Do I do a live stream? Because I like opening blind bags on stream and stuff like that. But there's a lot of work to this to actually really do it well. So it's I don't think it would work super well for a live stream. I guess we'll give it a try with one of them and see how it goes. Oh yeah, you're right. I did talk about comparisons. I thought I had little play sets like this. I do still have some micro machines from as a kid, but I did not have actual play sets like this. I thought I had some that closed up. It had some stuff in it. I know I did. I know I had them, but it appears that I don't anymore, or at least it's not where I've taken to look. So no, I don't have comparisons. Although I did find a big bag of micro machines that I had. I don't have those here either, but even just looking at them, I remember a lot of them. It's like, yeah, that was a favorite. That was a favorite. I've got some trains. I've got some monster truck micro machines. So I was like, man, I totally forgot I had all that stuff. But yeah, so okay, so here we go. I'm going to go and break the seal. We're going to, or at least I think I'm going to. That should be enough. There we go. It's breathing. So for first thing we'll look at, so okay, so mystery pack, Autobot or Decepticon playset vehicle, and it's these. It says Transformers and Revenge of the Fallen. So basically that kind of gives you a hint. You got a big bug in here. But that gives you a hint about where the decos are coming from, so don't expect anything G1. And you might also see them on this side. You might not even realize that it's a Transformer, because if you see this side, there's no clue on the Transformer. So if you see something like this, pick it up, turn it around, you might actually see that it's actually Transformers. So we'll take this, let's take this off. Oh look, there's instructions inside. It's another thing, if you get them, don't don't toss your instructions with the box. So this is it's actually made like a crate, like you've got doors on the outside. Cool. And micro machines, that's cool. You've got all your legal stuff on the side. Micro Machines is a trademark of Hasbro. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that a new thing? If it's not new, then if it's not new, why'd they wait so long? All right, so how do you open this? I think somewhere one of these kind of. Oh. Okay, it doesn't open. It's just a box. Okay. It's just a box. Where is my... There we go. I have a spudger everywhere that I might sit down and do something with a Transformer. I've got one of these. I've got like a 30-pack for like $10 on Amazon, and I've got them everywhere because I'm always using these things because I have no fingernails. So there we go. So we open it up. We got some dirt road. What's this? And oh look, that's a truck. It's not an Autobot, but we've got some scenery. This opens up more, I think. So we got some little off-road bit here. We got, you know, looks like road bits here, and I believe these all come apart, and so it's completely modular. I mean, they obviously go together a certain way to make the box, but I think you can take them apart and put them together differently. So you got these pieces here. And you got this truck. And this is big for a micro machine, because I know the micro machine cars are I know what size they are, and this is big. This is like a truck. So it's saying racing team micro speed. So I don't know if this is like a race truck or like a support team truck. Well, he's kind of got like a spoiler there, so he must be like a racing truck or whatever. This is not a Transformers character, but you know, honestly, because I did see on some other streams, the Transformers characters have like a little symbol underneath with like a decoder, so you can tell if it's Autobot or Decepticon. So this is not a character. This is just a truck. Which honestly, if you only get one of these and you get it because it's Transformers, and then you get something that's not Transformers, how disappointing is that? But if you are only getting one of them, there are codes online to tell you what's in each box. So if you are only going to can only get one of them, go look for the codes. Make sure you're getting a Transformer. But this is a cool truck. I wouldn't mind seeing a character out of this. Hey, maybe I paint him orange. We can make him into this racing truck. So these things all like a gate. I guess that's probably what's in the instructions. Let's check that out. Alright, so we have over here stickers. Well, there you go. There's some Autobot symbols on here. So it's the truck racing. So I guess this is the race truck. It's truck racing. Got Autobot symbols. Desert Dunes Raceway. There's some more stickers. So like when you're coming off of the dirt road, you're leaving the dirt behind. And there's it's the Piston Cup, I guess. No, that's Disney. And instructions, crazy. There's codes. Where is it printed at? It is on the bottom of the box. Right there. See the 2A01. That's the code. So if you check the boxes down here at the bottom of that, it's different for everyone. So this adventure truck, if you want the adventure truck, 1A01. That'll get you this guy. It did what in the cup? I got that reference. Oh my goodness. Somebody got a magnifying glass? Alright, so yeah, so here say if you got an Autobot Decepticon decoder, you flip it over, it's showing, it's a little small, you guys probably can't see in the light or whatever, but yeah, so yeah, just like I said, up front there's like a, you know, it's almost like a tech specs, where you got to use this little decoder. And so there's playset F, playset E. Those don't look like the one I got. Playset A. Yeah, that's what this one looks like. So, because it's showing, it's got a there's a cactus there. So You take it all apart, you put it together like this, and then you put stickers on it. And so basically, every instruction has all of them. And if you didn't have the codes here, it kind of tells you. So they all get the similar thing. So playset A is either the adventure racing truck or cliff jumper. B is Optimus Prime or Megatron. C is a food truck or BMW M6 Cabrio. D is Nemesis Prime or Sideswipe. E looks like an airport. It's a private jet or Starscream. That makes sense. And F is, again, a BMW M6 Cabrio. Looks like it might be a different color. Or a 2005 Bugatti Veyron 16.4. Why not just call that Drift? Because isn't that what he is? Maybe not that same year. So I should have left that open because we can kind of put this thing together. I'm not gonna put the stickers on. You guys don't need to sit here and watch me put the stickers on. Would you rather do that, or do you want me to open up another one? What do you guys think? Open another, says Razorquake. Silverbolt says what he said. Is anybody else out there paying attention? Red Alert says, look for the Nemesis Prime. Oh. He doesn't even want the surprise. I don't remember the codes. Hang on. I'm gonna lose the music here for a second. I think I still have the codes here. So I think I could do this. So yeah, so there you go. There's your codes. This is on T-Formers. So if you want to screenshot that or go over to T-Formers, give them some love, there's your codes. So sure enough, 1A01 was an adventure racing truck. Nemesis Prime is 2B01, so I'm going to look for 2B01. It's 2A01. 1B02, 3B01, 3B02. Oh, of course, it has to be in here. These are very hard to get out. They're packed in very tightly, so give me a second. A01, 2B02. Is that what it was? What did I say? 2B02 was Sideswipe, so 2B01. 1A02. It's gonna be the last one. 2B01. There were two left. I checked all of them except 2. Anything for my channel members. Just got the no combiner challenge done in Prime League. Oh, the win every battle in Alliance War with no combiner. That's tough for me in Bronze League. So if you're pulling it off in Prime League, you know, mad props. So 2B01. Who's it gonna be? It's not like I specifically picked out a certain box or anything. Oh wow, it's Nemesis Prime. The codes work. So, and he's just got a bunch of roadways and trees. Let me get this open. That's interesting. I thought somebody got. I thought they got a decoder. Oh, is that in the? Oh yeah, it is. So again, I just got done telling everybody, don't forget to take your stuff out. So there's the decoder. So I guess there's your first clue that you got a Transformer character, not just a vehicle. You get the decoder. So there we go. So there is Nemesis Prime. As you might expect, he is a black version of Optimus Prime. He's got gold flames. Nice little Decepticon symbol on for a hood ornament. Not much on the top. I guess maybe they have trailers in Micro Machines. Looks like he's got a hitch where he could accept a trailer. And so here's what I was saying before. He's kind of got the, it's almost like a tech spec thing there, but you take your decoder. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, there's clearly a Decepticon symbol there, from nothing to Decepticon. Let's try. This focuses better on close stuff. Go. I've been looking for a lens that focuses this clearly for the review camera, and I have one. The problem is it's zoomed in too far. You know, it's only like it's zoomed in like too close. You know, it cuts the field of view too much. Yeah, so there you go. So there's the Nemesis Prime, and there's the adventure truck. So you can see, I guess they're about the same length. You know, I thought the one was going to be bigger, but they're about the same length. But there's definitely a lot more bulk for the little racing truck. Oh, I'm showing you there. So let's try this again. So they're about the same length. But there's definitely more bulk for the racing truck. So cool. And yeah, of course, you know, more stickers. Of course, let's see what the stickers look like. Oh, look, there's a Megatron on the. So apparently one of these end pieces stands up, so it's like it's a building. And you got Megatron there. And you got some blast holes and stoplights. Autobots roll out. And manhole cover. And some Autobot graffiti. Cool. Only 9 more to go. But not tonight. I'll get these put together, and I'll if you want to see what they look like put together, head on over to Discord. I'll throw some pictures up there in Discord in the collection photos section. not sure if I'll open them up on another stream or do a video, because I haven't been doing review videos. Every time I think I get motivated, I do maybe 2 of them, and then I go off and do other stuff. C'est la vie. So, yeah, but hey, yeah, very cool. I enjoyed that. I will bring out some of my micro machines. Maybe we'll do a stream just about. I do still want to get to doing a whole separate stream just for toys. Keep the Earth War stuff and then do the toys. It just never seems to be the right time to go do it. Because honestly, the last I want to do it Mondays, and I'm sure I could pull it off on Mondays. I'm not going to be too tired, or I'd have the time and all that stuff. It's just these last few Mondays, I've actually been very busy and had a lot of stuff going on. It just was not a good time to do it. But I definitely still want to do it. I'm working towards it, or trying to find the time to do it. So just keep your eyes peeled. Some Monday it's just going to pop up, and hey, I'm going to be live. So, can you show pictures of each of them in Discord? Yeah, I just said I would do that. So, I'll definitely show the pictures of these two since I've got them open. If I happen to open the others off camera, I will take pictures and post them all in there for you. And they do actually. I've seen it. Something keeps bumping my leg. It's probably that bug from earlier. But they all interconnect. So I mean, you take them all apart, and you can somehow, if you find the right thing, so you can connect them together to make like a city. So you get to connect all of them together and make one. If you had enough room, take up your entire floor space and connect them all together and make a whole city. One of the cool things that we were talking about being cool to do is take these and have a connector to like the Titans. Be able to connect to one of these and connect to like a Titan. Another question, one of the things I was curious about is how do these scale with MicroMasters? And wouldn't you know it, I don't have any vehicle MicroMasters. Obviously I've got these guys, and I've got, I think, Pinpointer here. My guess is the MicroMasters are going to be bigger than the Micro Machines. That was one thing I could have prepared for. Yeah, I don't see them. Anything around here. One thing I did notice that I forgot that I wanted to share with you, also something else. I got some toy hacks for Hot House to turn him into the Rescue Bots Training Center. And wouldn't you know it, Micro Machines actually work pretty good at this scale. Ugh. Yeah, so this was pretty cool. This was a fun one to do. I wasn't doing anything with Hot House, and you had interesting colors, and I love Rescue Bots so much, and I can't bring myself to buy the Play School toys. They're just a little too much. So when I saw that they had a sticker set to turn this into a Rescue Bots, basically into a Rescue Bots toy, I was like, oh yeah, definitely getting that. They had a couple of options for the logo. There's like 2 different ones of the Rescue Bots symbol, and I forget what it is, but and even the windows on here, they're not all individual like on the Titans. They're multiple strips, but it's not all as individual. So this one's not nearly as bad as trying to put Titans together. These little triangle stickers are kind of a pain though, because they're just tiny and in there, but they're still really not that bad. But overall, I mean, if you've got Hot House, you know, this is a great set to get. And you have an option, because he originally says it has danger here printed on the bot, so you can't put another danger sticker there. It's actually like 5 different stickers because of the contour, and you got to line it all up. But I chose the helipad because, you know, blades, right? So yeah. So yeah, I really like this set. Thought it was cool. Yeah, I showed you guys Road Rage before. I did do Puffer. So nothing super fancy. He's got some chrome on the bumper, on the grill, stickers for his windows. He's got some nice chrome for his cannons. You know, got some diamond plate a few places, a little bit here, a little sticker on his pipes, arms. You know, there's the chest. He's got some stickers there on his legs, on his waist, on his chest. And eye is a nose mouth plate. And I like what they did. They put those stickers. These are like the tops of his arms. They put stickers there to give him like blue. They did the same thing with the Road Ranger. So yeah. So there you go. Nothing super fancy, but I figured I did one half of this. I did one half of the set. Should do the other half. So. Yeah, that's right, Razor Quake. There's not much as cool as Deep Cover. That Deep Cover set was, that was like, it was so good. So, Luke, good to see you. Yeah, you run a little late, but good to see you regardless. And I think that's going to do it. I think I'm about out of stuff for this week. I don't know what I'll have for next week. I guess we'll find out. I know the New Age Cyclonus is in my roller stash over at the Chosen Prime, but I'm not going to ship him just yet. So, because I leave stuff in the stash until I can get the free shipping. Sorry to anybody who's not in the continental U.S. who doesn't even have that option, but I do, so I'm taking advantage of it. But yeah, so that'll show up eventually. I might, you know, there's a couple of other things that I've got pre-ordered that are due in May, but they were also due in April and February and January and December and November, and so who knows? Maybe I'll find something else to throw in there, kind of like I did. Maybe I'll grab another couple of those beast boxes. Those are pretty cool. But yeah, Razorquake, it does seem that way, doesn't it? Everybody's just listening. That's fine. Dan Evans says, I got a wind-up bot. It hits the wall and transforms and then rolls the other way. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if I've seen that before. I know I've seen wind-up bots that transform, but I don't know if I've seen something that does exactly that. That's pretty cool. Saving money for the convention to go into next month. No. Yeah, convention. I've completely rethought my whole budgeting for the convention. Considering that my budget for the last convention was not much of a budget. But no, I've actually got it figured out. I put a whole list of... Anyway. But have fun. Is that MegaCon? That's around this time, isn't it? I don't know if I'd even be able to go to anything like that. It's getting pretty busy at work these past few months. Razorquake, thank you for making those posters. They were very well done, and I definitely intended to get those shown in there. And since I was doing the predictions there, it fit very well. Oh, Joe Fest in Georgia. Okay, cool. You might see Kato there. I'm pretty sure he goes to that. I don't know if he's going this year or not, but I know he usually he's talked about it before anyway. Well, I think that's going to do it. You know, winding down here. It's getting late. Gone much farther than we did last week, which is good. Although this is more what we've been doing. So that's it. Enough saying goodbye. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.